welcome everyone to a new video on our channel FPL Nerds. My name is Timo.
And my name is MJ. And today we have a special video for you guys as I actually decided to activate my wildcard and can't wait to share it.
Yeah,
So,
finally.
yeah, so basically we're going to go through the wildcard and after that we're going to be doing a little bit of tinkering. And yeah, I say we get to it.
Yeah, let's see your great team. Alright guys, so if you noticed yesterday we released actually a video with the two wildcard drafts. So if you actually didn't see it and you'd like to see it, you can always subscribe down below and hit the notification bell so you can get all the videos. But I guess MJ that you took a little bit of both drafts and then you made your own, right?
Indeed, I did actually. And it took a very long time and it took a lot of research to actually put together this wildcard team.
Okay.
And yeah, let's hope for the best,
All right,
pretty much.
let's show us what you have.
Okay. So I started in goal with Ward. I actually decided to go low budget, and I have Ward and Iverson. You will later see on the bench as well. So yeah, they probably did not prove themselves whatsoever defensively speaking so far. However, on the fixture ticker, they are the best team defensively over the next six, pretty much until the next wild card, which will be game week 16 after the international break due to the World Cup. So, keeping that in mind, I wanted to save up some funds so I can build a little bit more in the future. And taking those fixtures into consideration, I thought it's an okay shout.
Yeah, okay, well, the only thing I would say that don't expect too much from these two because with the level of Leicester defensively this season, I don't think that you can expect too much of a clean sheet. So maybe in six you can get maybe two. I wouldn't expect more than that,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, pretty
realistically.
much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really relying too much on their clean sheets. However, still they are at a great price, and I really need those funds to build up in front. And overall, in the whole team, there are actually only two players which I'm not very 100% keen about, but I'm pretty happy with the rest. So I say we move to the defense.
Okay, let's see what you have there.
All right. So in the defense, I have the Chelsea duo. James, obviously, there's no need to talk too much about him. Now, with the new manager, he will be taking his rightful place on the right hand side of the pitch. And we all know how dangerous he can be attacking wise. And moving to Kukureya, which is a debatable one, actually. I think he was actually one of Graham Potter's favorite players at Brighton. And we saw how hard he tried to keep him at Brighton when Chelsea was making those bids. All right. And now, considering also that Chelsea paid 58 or 60 million pounds for him, and that Chilwell is not yet match fit. Also, the back three, if they're gonna play with the back three, also the back three is not 100% nailed on. Cucurella can play both left C back, left CB as well as left wing back. So I definitely think for 5.1 million, he's definitely a good shout, and I expect good more clean sheets coming from a Chelsea side. Their fixtures are pretty okay, apart from this next one, which is Crystal Palace away, which is also not impossible to keep a clean sheet. But for the rest of the fixtures, they're pretty decent.
All right, yeah, well, to be honest, if you take a look at the first match that Graham Potter played with Chelsea in the Champions League, he actually played Cucurella and James in the same team, playing James on the right wing back. So yeah, maybe we'll continue playing him, but I have a bit of a doubt because of Fofana and Koulibaly that still there, and you have Thiago Silva, Spilicueta. You have a lot of players that can take these roles. So to be honest, I could be a bit doubtful about doubling up on Chelsea, but it's your shout, and I understand the point of view, and I respect that. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, now moving on to Ait Nouri. Okay, this is actually the second player that I mentioned earlier, which I'm not very keen about. However, leaving aside the fact that they did not have many clean sheets so far this season, if you look at the matches, you will see that they had a pretty tough start. The matches in which they received goals, they had pretty strong opponents, and if we look overall at their defensive stats, they look pretty good. They did not have too many chances conceded,
Yeah, yeah, true.
and Ait Nouri is pretty offensive in terms of XGI. He's one of the top defenders within his price bracket.
True. He is on the top actually with the 5.5 million bracket, I think.
Okay, and he's actually only 4.3 million. So considering his price and the fixtures that are coming, I think he's a good asset. And once again, I'm trying to save up more money to be able to build up in front.
Yeah, so I guess in front we have a lot of heavy hitters, huh?
Oh yeah,
All
which
right.
is usually not my style, but let's see.
Okay.
Okay, and for the last spot, I have Kieran Trippier. There's not too much to say about him. He's already very highly owned, and that's for a very good reason. He's part of Newcastle United team, which is very good defensively, very well organized. They have a very nice goalkeeper, Pope, which is the best shot stopper in the league, I think, at this specific point in time.
Yes. Yeah.
So, looking at Trippier, he can provide both the clean sheets and attacking returns.
Yeah.
He still is on free kicks, corners. He provides a lot of crosses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Indeed,
think
indeed.
pretty decent.
And he can get also these goals like from set pieces, like in front of just outside the box. He likes to shoot there, and he's pretty good at it actually.
Yeah, he showed it against City. He had a pretty nice free kick.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Hmm.
Okay, great. Well, the back looks good. So let's see who you have in the middle.
Okay. All right. Now, this is my favorite part of the team.
Wow, indeed, heavy
Okay.
hitters, huh?
Yeah. I hope it's four of them actually, but three of them in terms of price, yeah. All right, so I will start off with Kevin De Bruyne. He's valued at 12.3 million. The reason he's in this team, part of the reason that he's in this team is not only that he has the most secured minutes in the team, and he's obviously Pep Guardiola's main man in the midfield, but also the amazing form of Erling Haaland. Okay, now most of the people already own Erling Haaland and are already captaining him. So pretty much he's not really gonna boost your ranks
Yeah,
whatsoever.
true,
Okay, so Kevin De Bruyne, I think, would be the safest bet to get into that Manchester City double up and be able to get more points.
true. It's a good way to get into a double up, but it's a pretty expensive one though.
It is a very expensive one, but let's not forget that starting game week 12, Liverpool will start having very nice fixtures,
True.
and I think at his price point, it's very good for me to be able to get Salah in the
Salah.
future.
Ah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. That's a good
So
point.
yeah. Now moving on, we have Sonny, and I really hope Sonny's back. Ever since the beginning of the season, he had his fair chances, but unfortunately, he's been missing a lot. He hit the post, I think, a couple of times or so,
True.
and he was pretty unlucky. Now, in the last Premier League match, we saw that he was unleashed. He came in the second half and he scored a hat trick. And let's hope this is the beginning of a refreshed Son. Also, at the national team, he was able to score with a header, actually. So yeah, it looks like his form is back. He's priced at 11.7. He started at 12 million, and I'm pretty confident. Also, this is not the main reason, obviously, why he's in the team, but I'm pretty confident if he's able to score against Arsenal, his price will start spiking up.
Okay.
Okay, because his ownership now is at 10%. And as we previously saw in other seasons, Son and Kane, even if they're not highly owned, at any point everybody starts buying them for their form.
Yeah, and when they combine really well, that they can score a lot of points. And plus, Son last season he had the Golden Boot shared with Salah, so we know that Son is one of the players that can actually go on run and actually scores a lot of goals. So yeah,
Yeah. And I'm really hoping this is the time that he unlocked it, and he will start scoring and making his perfect partnership with Harry Kane and bring those points back.
yeah. Let's see. Let's
Okay, now moving on here, I have Raheem Sterling, and this one it's actually a pretty interesting one because he showed form ever since the beginning of the season. Okay, and I truly think, considering the fixtures that they have, he will be one of the main people that he will be scoring. The only thing which I am a little bit doubtful about is the fact that there is a possibility that he will be playing on the left hand side of the pitch if they will play with 3-4-3-5-2, okay, as a formation. There is a chance that he will be playing as a left wing back, left midfielder, instead of playing a striker as he played so far. However, despite all this, I still think that his very good positioning will put him again and again and again inside that box, and he will have those opportunities. He will be creating lots of chances. Him alongside Aubameyang.
Yeah, well, I don't think this is a bad thing, even if you play on the left side, as you said, because he's actually one of the players that likes to come from the left side to the box and then dribble to the players and then pass the ball across the box, and then anybody who's there can just tap it into the goal. And since they got over Aubameyang now in the front, he can be the man who's doing this. So no, I think Sterling, even playing on the left side, he's still a good shout, in my opinion.
Yeah, and something which I like about him, and also another reason why I went for the premium midfielders is okay. I agree. There are also other very good choices with a way lower price. However, the premium midfielders are also fixture proof. Okay, and this doesn't really make me worried whatsoever. That, for example, I would usually say if a team plays away at Crystal Palace, like okay, most probably they're not going to be scoring. The odds are lower because Crystal are defending pretty well. But looking at Chelsea, they did not start very well offensively, but they are a very strong team. They are a very strong team, and I think most of the players will want to impress the new manager and prove their worth being in the first 11.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I like the Sterling shout, so far so good, man.
Oh, okay. And for my last pick in the midfield is none other than Wilfred Zaha. Also, there's not too much to say about him. He's the focal point of Crystal Palace's attack. He could be on penalties as well, and
As far as we
his
know, he is.
yeah, indeed. Just sometimes Patrick Vieira can surprise you,
Okay.
but yeah, and looking at the fixtures, okay, this the next fixture is pretty difficult, having Chelsea at home. But after that, he's playing against Leeds at home, Leicester away, Wolverhampton at home, Everton away, Southampton at home, West Ham away, and I can go on. So the my point here is that he has very nice fixtures, and considering he's the main focal point of their attack, he will be bringing the goods.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure of that.
yeah, he's the
Maybe not in
talisman.
all the matches.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
talisman of Crystal Palace. So yeah, everything goes through him pretty much.
yeah, exactly.
All right, looks very strong the mids. So I guess in the front you'll have only the two standard ones.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so as you can see, I have Erling Haaland and Mitrovic. Erling Haaland, he's proved again and again and again that it's so dangerous to go against him. It's very dangerous actually to even go against captaining him. So I'm not gonna go too much through this. Uh, I'm actually even gonna most probably keep him even through game week 12 when he's gonna blank. I'm not gonna sell him. I have too much value in him, and I'm gonna be losing too much team value. I would not transfer him out.
Okay.
Okay, so I really think he's the most informed player in the Premier League at this point. Okay, and next to him we
Just
have
a fun
yeah,
fact.
sure.
He actually scored a hat trick in his last two home games. So can he repeat it again in the next home game and have a third hat trick in a row?
I sure hope so.
We all do, man. We all do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
He's just a joy to watch. Honestly speaking, he's just a joy to watch, and yeah, it's leaving FPL aside. Just looking at him as a football player,
Yeah, he's great.
I'm really glad he came to the Premier League.
Indeed.
Okay, now in next to him there is Mitrovic. Also, not so much actually. On the contrary, there's so much to say about him. His stats look incredible. He has so many touches in the box. I think he's first on shots
He's first on everything,
in
pretty
the
much.
league. Yeah, pretty much. So he looks absolutely amazing, and his fixtures are also pretty decent. And look at his price; he's at 6.9 million. That's if you don't already own him. So yeah, I can't say too much about it except for the part that I think at this point in the game he's maybe the second or third best striker option in the league.
All right. The only thing that I would say that in the last international match, after the match finished, we saw him like limping a bit with an ice pack on his legs, on his ankle. So
Yeah,
some
after his hat
people
trick.
were, a lot of people were talking about that he could be injured, but I think the reports say that's just a minor knock. So I think he should be good. Just
Yeah,
to
that's
keep an
the
eye on
thing.
it.
I was actually a bit worried about it as well, but from the looks of it, I think he will be fit for the match. I will keep an eye on it though, and I'll be updated. And if anything changes, I will be sharing it on Twitter as well.
Okay, great.
So we have the updated info.
Good, good.
All
Looking
right.
very good for the starting 11. Check the bench.
Okay. Now on the bench, it's I have Iverson, who's will be Ward's backup. Also, once again, not expecting too much from them, but I think for their price, they're a pretty good shout. Next to him, there's Andreas Pereira. He's a very nice pick. If you don't already have him, I highly suggest that you buy him. He's essential for Fulham. He plays in that cam position, and he's only 4.6 million. As a bench option, he's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and it's pretty much a
Uh,
90-minute man, so he will always get
yeah,
you the two or
exactly.
three points if somebody doesn't play.
Yep. Next to him, there is Neko Williams. So far, they haven't proved themselves so good in terms of clean sheets, but we've seen how good the fixtures look, as well as the fact that Neko Williams is a very attacking fullback. Okay, so at any point in the game, I would not be surprised to see if he provides an assist
Yeah,
to
true.
be okay, and for my last pick, it's Archer, and there's no specific reason why it's Archer and anybody else. The reason he's here is because he's 4.3. This is the cheapest striker that you can get,
Yeah.
and I needed the full funds. As you can see, the whole team value is 101.8, and I have 0.00 in the bank. So I needed every little bit of
Yeah.
budget saving.
Every penny, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
to be able to put like De Bruyne, Son, Sterling, and Haaland in the same team, I imagine why you had to sacrifice a little bit somewhere else. But I think you didn't sacrifice that much. Yes, you have a bench fodder who will never be playing like from Archer, but you have two other that actually are decent spend bench option, which also Williams can rotate with Ait Nouri in certain matches if they have a difficult fixture or something.
Hmm.
So overall, I think it's quite decent, but you'll be focusing more on the attacks than the defense, I guess.
Yeah, I think actually the only thing which or not the only thing, the main thing which I'm scared about with this team, okay, obviously everything in the attack, I really like it. The only downside I would say is that I have no Trent nor Cancelo. However, now looking at the fixtures and that both Liverpool and City have until game week 12, I'm also not in a rush to get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So overall, I think despite the fact that this is quite an aggressive team, I still believe it's a balanced team.
Okay. What it is about in
Yeah,
Steam, and it could, you will probably not to need to make any transfer until game week 12, so you will have at least a couple of transfers rolled out, which in that point you can always make a couple of moves to fix your team and get the ones that actually have good fixtures going on.
yeah, exactly, pretty much.
Okay, well, great. All right, so let's do some tinkering and see what can we change in this team and what we can maybe improve it or make it worse.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
knows?
definitely. Why not?
All right, let's check
All
it
right.
out. All right, guys. So I copied the wildcard draft of MJ's on a website called FPL.team. If you guys don't know, it's actually a very good tool to plan ahead for your FPL team for like weeks ahead. And we will leave the link in the description below. So basically, this is an exact copy of the wildcards, which we know it's perfect for game week 9 already. So let's take a look at the week after. So this is game week 10. I think it looks pretty.
No
Apart maybe
changes
from
here.
8 Nuri would go on the bench and then Williams come in because 8 Nuri would having difficult fixtures against Chelsea. And I
Yep.
guess we put Andreas as a first sub. And then again, looks perfect, right? Okay. So the game week after, which is game week 11, here.
Here it's a bit tough.
Yeah, the only thing that I can see is like De Bruyne and Haaland will be facing Liverpool, which is a very tough match, and Trippier will be facing Manchester United, which also can be tricky. So any
uh,
changes here?
to be honest, I don't really think because if I'm gonna make any changes here, I'm just gonna go sideways from De Bruyne to Salah. So it's a side move that I don't want to do at this point. Also, this would mean that I would have to make two transfers, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep the two transfers for Game Week 12.
Okay, fair enough. So we leave it as it is then.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess the big question will be in game week 12. Here with the blanks. Which should we do?
Okay. Now, okay. First of all, Haaland will not be leaving the team whatsoever.
Okay,
Okay. So most probably Neco Williams will come in instead.
he's
Okay,
already
because he
there.
will
So
be
let's say
benched.
Andreas will come in.
Uh, yeah, okay. And then now in terms of transfers, because since I have zero in the bank, and okay, so in order to get Salah, I need to lose either De Bruyne and another asset, which could be either Mitrovic. For example, I can downgrade Mitrovic to Solanke and then upgrade De Bruyne to Salah, or in the meanwhile, I would see whether which one of Son and Sterling is the better performer. I will keep that one, and the other one I can downgrade him to an 8 million or a 6 million midfielder, according to the actual needs. Let's say, for example, we would put James Madison instead of Sterling,
Okay, just a sec. Then De Bruyne goes out for Salah. And then Sterling Madison.
for instance.
Okay, so here we go. Then we have a starting 11 with a bench option as an 8 Nuri. Okay, and you still have 1.3 million in the bank.
Exactly. And here, for example, the next game week, I would be able to upgrade my goalkeeper.
Okay, so
In game week 13.
yeah, you will have just one transfer with a 1.3 in the bank. So yeah, you can always upgrade Ward to somebody else.
Exactly. This would be an option. Also, a different option I could have, for example, went down from get Salah, go down from Sterling to a cheaper option actually, and then upgrade Neco Williams or Ait Nouri to Trent Alexander Arnold.
Ah, all right. Yeah, sounds good.
So yeah, this is actually one of the reasons on why I decided to go with the more premium midfielders is because at this specific point I don't want to go for the Trent or a Cancelo option, but I want to have an easy access to be able to move within two transfers.
Yeah, more
So at
flexibility.
this Yeah, exactly. So we can move both to even a Hurricane or Trent at any point if I decide to remove Sterling or Son.
All right, sounds like a plan. Okay. Very good, very good. Well, I wish you all the best with this wild card. I hope it gets you all the FPL points you need.
I sure hope the same.
All right, people, this conclude our episode for today. So if you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe, drop us a like, and always hit notification bell so you can get all the new videos. Thank you for watching and have a good one. We'll be seeing you soon.
All right, cheers.